What would happen if you were cycling through Europe during the outbreak of the Second World War? Let's talk about the Georgia Rhodes collection from the stacks. Georgia Rhodes was born in 1912 in St. Ignace, Michigan, and she did a lot during her life. She worked at the FBI, the CIA, the National Gallery of Fine Arts at the Smithsonian before she moved home and wrote a book. However, this collection is about one specific part of her life, the bicycling trip she took in Europe in 1939. The trip is documented through a series of letters mailed back home, a collection of travel diaries, and a memoir penned after the trip was over. She was accompanied by Rhea Ehlers as she caught a boat from Canada to Ireland in June of 1939. It started as all good things do. Dearest Mother, not much impressed with Liverpool. Too big, industrial, and dirty. Thankfully, it was mostly uphill from there. The next few months are filled with accounts of wonderful conversations with strangers, 50-mile bike rides through rolling countryside, and getting their hands on every ticket to a theater performance that they could find. By all accounts, it seemed to be a wonderful experience. In late August, Georgia enters Switzerland, and it is there where she and her traveling companion are first informed that Germany has launched an attack on Poland. At the United States Consulate, we were advised to remain on in Switzerland, where we'd at least be safe, though we might have to stay for the duration of the pending war or until an evacuation train was run. But Switzerland was expensive, and we were both allergic to trains, and there were our cycles, all ready and waiting, the bags strapped on behind. We knew we'd never be able to look our wheels in the spokes again if we turned sissy now, so we hopped on and raced to France. As we crossed the border, we knew we were trading security for adventure, and loved it. She goes on to describe having to navigate dark streets and closing the shutters at night due to mandatory blackouts in fear of air raids, and recounts a dinner with a French army captain the night before he left his family and dental practice behind to go join the war effort. Several days after arriving in France, Georgia encounters a German traveler and accompanies her next door for a meeting. The mayor, trembling with excitement and responsibility, explained to her gently that her country was dropping bombs on Poland. "I don't believe it," she interrupted him. "But didn't you see the headlines in today's papers?" "No, I don't read your newspapers. They're all full of propaganda." What could anyone say to that? To a German? As time wore on, increasing paranoia and the rising number of refugees requiring housing made it difficult for the two to secure spots in hostels, kicking off their tedious efforts to leave France. Much later, they were able to secure passage on a ship to Mexico, from where they were able to travel back into the United States against all odds. The Georgia Rhodes collection is one that I would certainly recommend you go look at yourself. I've given an incredibly brief summary, but if you take the time to look through her letters and her memoirs and her poetry, you get a lot of really interesting information, and it paints a really rich picture of what life was like at the time. Thankfully, the collection is more accessible than ever. It's currently held by the St. Ignace Public Library, but it can also be found in its digitized form on the Upper Peninsula Digital Network website, which I will link in the description below. Go check it out. It is well worth your time. Trust me.